Hi there everyone, this is Tracy from Lavinia Stamps. Thank you so much for joining me for another demonstration today. We've got our multifarious card here. We've got a number of different colours that we're going to be hopefully using of our Versafine Clair. We've got our stencil brush. We've got a number of different foliage stamps, and we've got PanPastels as well. So we're going to create a really nice background and stamp straight over the top of the PanPastels. Starting with, we've got a mask here that I'm going to pop down at the bottom of the card, and I'm going to do the colour this way so it's grounded. So this time I'm going to start with the medieval blue. So I'm just inking up the brush and then just lightly take that over the top and build up that lovely colour gradually. Now I use the Versafine Clairs because it gives us really good depth. These are oil-based ink. I'm going to use the Nocturne now. And I'm just going to use a little along the edge, not too much. And you can see how deep that colour is, and that's all down to the Versafine Clair. Okay, so I'm going to just brush over the top, just so that that line softens a little. And now I've got, which colour have I got here? I've got bright yellow green. And again, you don't have to use this colour. You can use something similar. I'm just sticking to something that's nice and light so that we can stamp over the top. Now a little of this goes a long way. So I'm just swirling the colour up the page, blending it out, and you can see how well that blends on the multifarious card. So now we're ready to start stamping onto that background. So I've got some lovely little foliage stamps here. These are from some of our sets, but you can use the pound minis. There's loads of different foliage stamps out there. So, okay, let's start with this one here. And I'm going to use the Warm Breeze. So, ink up, I'm going to stamp off initially. Okay, now I've made a start, I'm going to pick our two stamps that come in a set, and these are going to be our focal points. So I'm going to get these down now. So I'm going to start with the Twilight. And just give that a nice firm press. And then we're going to go to the smaller one, and this time I'm going to ink up in the Purple Delight. Now it's quite a bright colour this, so I'm going to take that first impression off. And pop that one in the background there. And we're going to be using the Medieval Blue as well. Now this time I'm only going to go part of the way down on the stamp, as I want this to be a shorter image, and I'm going to pop that down around about there. So just by taking that little bit of ink off, or just stamping up to a certain point on the stamp, we can really change the heights there. So I've got another little foliage stamp here, and I'm going to ink up in the Purple Delight. Stamping off first. So it's real fun just building up that background and creating a lovely backdrop for these lovely stamps. I'm going to go back to the Warm Breeze, and this time I'm not going to stamp off, I'm going to just place that down. Like so. Lastly, I'm just going to use some lovely spring words, and we'll ink up in the Warm Breeze again. And I'm going to stamp off . And I'm just taking the words at the side of the card. And they're just some really nice words that relate to spring. So lastly, I'm going to use some of the Posca pens, and I'm just going to dot up the card. That was the pink, and now I'm using some of the blue as well. I think it's quite nice to mix the colours. We've got a yellow here, and I'm going to dot that down at the bottom. And we've got our Uniball white here as well, which is a really lovely white. It really does stand out on dark card, so it's a great one to use if you're using dark colours. Lastly, I'm going to use a little bit of glitter. What have we got? Let's have a look. We've got Vintage Shimmer here. So again, it's got 3 different colours, 3 different grades, just a really nice, got gold in there, and we've got a lovely light blue. So we're going to use that on the base of the card here. So we've got our glue pen, and I'm just going to put a few little dots down at the bottom. And let's sprinkle a little of that over the top. And you can see that lovely fine gold has stuck to it beautifully. So another quick and simple card, but I think very effective and such fun to do. I really like using the small stamps in the background to build it up. I hope you enjoyed that too.